jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to learn, so make sure you're looking this way. Hello, and welcome to my outstanding lesson.
Hi, Freddie.
Hi, Jesse. It's the Christmas special.
Woo! Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas. We've got a Christmas setup going on here.
We have.
Christmas jumpers? Check.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
We have Christmas cheese.
Check.
Candy canes.
Dirty martini? Check, check, check.
It's a weird Christmas you have.
Yeah.
That's how the butlers do it?
The butlers don't really drink a lot at Christmas, to be fair. No.
Sounds a bit boring.
We're quite an abstemious family. Yeah, maybe.
I'm just kidding. We don't drink that much in the Jump family. We also have hot chocolate and Baileys.
Yeah, it's like a Christmas pudding.
Mm-hmm.
Who are we interviewing today, Jesse?
Today, we are interviewing each other.
It was a trick question. We have no guest today. We thought we'd just chat about Christmas stuff.
Yeah, it's just going to be Freddie and Jesse.
Yeah. If you're one of those listeners that thinks, I love the interviews, but the start and the end seems to go on a bit when they just sort of chat, switch off now.
This episode might not be for you.
Yeah. We will still be having detention words. And as a twist, today, both hosts have a chance of ending up in detention. So, of course, we don't know the words that each other has chosen. But for the listener's benefit, Freddie's detention word will be...
It will not be a word. It will be if Freddie makes a reference to Friends in any way. And by Friends, of course, I mean the 90s TV series.
And again, for the listener's benefit, Jessie will be in detention if she says anything Grinchy. Not having Christmas ruined by a curmudgeonly junk.
Should we guess right now what we think our own detention words are?
I think I know.
Yeah, what do you think?
I almost don't want to think about it because I wouldn't mind, like...
Are you going to try to say your detention word?
No, this thing, like, if I
so
if I organically stumble into it, c'est la vie. And I think you may do mine.
I think that mine is repeating what you say. I think that will be my detention.
For the record...
Not word.
I can neither confirm nor deny. It's time for a starter.
Yeah.
So, today's game is called Christmas Quotes. Jessie and I will take it in turns to give each other 5 Christmas quotes from popular culture, and we will have to guess the source. So maybe they're from a book or a movie or a song, so it's guessing where they came from.
Right, and if you're doing this with children, we'd recommend doing songs and children's movies, of course.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you want to go first or second?
I want to go first.
Okay.
Okay.
Far away.
Christmas will always be as long as we stand, heart to heart and hand in hand.
Oh. I don't know. What is it?
It's Dr. Seuss.
Okay. Okay. Just...
The Grinch, of course.
Oh, Grinch. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I could have had a stab. Okay.
I thought that seemed like a hard one, actually, too. Okay.
Yeah.
There's an easier one out there. I just didn't choose it because I wanted to win. Okay. The best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear.
Will Ferrell Elf.
Yes, correct. I thought you might get that one.
Good choice.
Okay, one of my personal favorites. Teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
That's from It's a Wonderful Life.
Correct. I'll just be hanging around the mistletoe, waiting.
Love Actually. Next.
I knew you'd get that one. City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air, there's a feeling of Christmas.
I know it's a song.
I know it's hard not to sing it. I'm trying not to give you any clues.
Please do the melody. Oh my gosh.
If you read it, you would get it. I think hearing it like that actually makes it more confusing.
Is it Bublé?
I'm sure Bublé has sung the song, but
got his fingers in there somewhere. I don't know. Pass.
Silver Bells.
Okay.
City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. You can cut that part. Yeah. That's it.
nice.
That was 5.
How many did it go?
You got 4. No, 3. 3 out of 5.
Okay, 3 out of 5. 4 to win, Jesse Junk.
Okay.
Okay. Right. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a helping hand here, although it might be a distraction. I'm gonna do them in the voice they were intended.
Oh, really? You're
Okay.
going to really help me.
Yeah.
The opposite approach that I
be
took.
Chewing the scenery. Number 1. I will honour Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all year.
I want to say Tiny Tim from A Christmas Carol, but I don't know.
It's really close. It's Scrooge from A Christmas
Scrooge,
Carol when he
okay.
has
Of course, because he's the one who has the
his
epiphany.
epiphany. Yeah, I'm going to give you half for that.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, again in character. Blast this Christmas music! It's joyful and triumphant!
Oh, Bad Santa? I never saw that movie.
It's a good movie, but no, it is The Grinch.
Oh. Huh, okay. I don't remember.
This one I am not going to do in the style it was intended for reasons that will be obvious later.
Because it's a song.
One more sleep. One more sleep until it's Christmas.
That's it?
Yeah.
It's the whole quote.
That's the chorus.
Okay. I don't think I know. I
It's
don't know.
Leona Lewis. One more sleep.
Maybe I don't know that
Okay.
Christmas Carol. Huh, okay. I'll look it up. I think I've lost. I've only gotten 1 out of 4. Okay.
If you get... Yeah, you have lost. I'll tell you what. I was originally going to take the person's name out of this quote to make it harder, but I'll put
Just
it back in.
because I'm already losing.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. It's the last line of a movie.
Okay.
Name the movie. Kevin! What have you done to my room?
It's Home Alone.
Lovely stuff. Okay, and last one. Absolutely no pressure on this one. Oh, in fact, you can still win because this is one movie. The first clue will be a tough one, so will be worth 2 points if you get it right on the first clue.
Okay.
If you get it right on the second clue, you only get 1. Name the movie. Where the fuck is my fucking coat?
Love Actually.
Smashed it.
That's a good quote.
I didn't get through the second one. Can I do it?
Yeah.
Okay. I've got a sneaky feeling that if you look hard enough, you'll find love actually is all around.
Also Love Actually.
Probably would have got it from that one.
Okay, I have a couple of other favorites. Ready?
Okay.
Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more.
It's the Grinch, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just did do that one because
That's
I thought
nice.
it's too easy. And I think there was another one that I'd like to share, but that's okay. It's just, I like all the elf quotes a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good elf. Santa's coming!
Yeah.
I know him.
My unpopular opinion is I don't think Elf's very good.
What?
Yeah, I think the first
Oh,
I think the
wow.
first 20 minutes are hilarious, and after that it completely loses steam.
No.
Yeah.
Everything about it's so funny. Have you only seen it once? Maybe it was your mood.
No, I've seen it a few times. I've tried. Like it's the
It's a cultural difference.
it's the cool guy Christmas movie to like. Like if you're funny, you like Elf.
It might be my favorite ever movie.
Wait a minute, am I not funny? Do you just say it's your favourite ever movie?
Not just Christmas.
And we're moving on.
Okay, wait, ready? First, we'll make snow angels for 2 hours. Then we'll go ice skating. Then we'll eat a whole roll of Toll House cookie dough as fast as we can, and then we'll snuggle.
Is it Elf?
Yeah,
The problem with Elf is
Buddy the Elf.
it's got one joke in it, and it is a funny joke, but it's a middle-aged man says stuff a kid would say, and that is the only joke, and it sort of wears a bit thin after half an hour, I think.
Oh, I don't think so.
Got people hitting unsubscribe by the 1,000.
I am
Right.
like going through New York City, getting so excited about stuff. All right, we can move on.
We just linger for a second that Jesse said Elf might be our favourite ever
movie. The part when he goes into the
of any
coffee
season.
shop, when he goes in the coffee shop and he's like, "Congratulations, you did it! The world's best cup of coffee."
Yeah, that's funny.
It's funny.
That's funny.
Oh, the whole movie.
Again, it's
just one liner.
a middle-aged man
Smiling's my favorite.
reading something and interpreting it as a child might. Yeah. Again, the same joke done quite well.
Hilarious again and again and again.
What about the bit when he sits in a tiny chair? Big people shouldn't sit in small chairs. They should have chairs that are the right size for them.
You want to be the guy who hates Elf? You be the guy who hates Elf. I didn't do the Secret Santa this year at school. That's how grinchy I am. I just couldn't be
Detention.
I'm not allowed to say the F word.
Nope. You were not allowed to be Ebenezer.
I don't know what you
Anything at all against the spirit of Christmas was your detention word.
Really?
And you've lasted barely any time at all. You are the first person in detention.
So were you expecting that I would be this way?
Well, yes.
I'm a little bit grinchy too.
It's not necessarily anticipating what they will say, it's what you don't want them to say in a lesson. And in a Christmas lesson, I did not want Ebenezer to arrive, but he did.
Huh.
My co-host, Jesse, is the first person ever to be put in detention.
I want to point out, though, that I told you that Elf is my favorite movie of all time, not just of the Christmas season. And you said you hate Elf, but I got put in detention for saying something anti-Christmas.
Did you choose being anti-Christmas as my detention word?
No.
That's a shame then. Also, if you check the tape, I didn't say hate. I think it's a little bit overrated.
Okay, it's okay.
I don't hate it. I just think it's not as good as everyone says it is.
Right.
It's no Jingle All the Way, is it? Okay, so in this episode, Jesse and I will talk about our own
Outstanding lessons?
Yeah, our own Christmas lessons we've done. So this is a, a lesson I've dusted off a couple of times around Christmas. Once in London, once in Italy, and it worked quite well both times. So we started the lesson by showing a John Lewis advert called The Journey. It's like a cultural phenomenon in England. John Lewis is a famous high-end department store, and every year they spend billions upon billions of pounds on making a very high quality, normally quite good Christmas advert. So it's become a little bit of an institution around November. What will John Lewis's Christmas advert be? So a few years ago, they did a really, really lovely one called The Journey, and the storyline is cute little boy makes a snowman and a snow woman in his garden. The snowman goes missing. We don't know where he's going, but he seems to be on a treacherous journey across fields and streams, and it turns out that he's been in search of the perfect gift for his snow bride. And then the boy wakes up the next day, runs out and sees that the snowman has returned with the perfect gift of a charming hat and scarf for his snow woman bride. So we watched that as a class, and then I show them Sonnet number 116 by Shakespeare. Would you like me to read it to you?
Yeah, sure.
Not overwhelmingly sure.
I would love it.
Yeah, there we go. Let me not to the marriage of true minds, amidst impediments. Love is not love, which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no, it is an ever-fixed mark, that looks upon tempests and is never shaken. It is the star to every wandering bark, whose worth's unknown, although his height be taken. Love's not time's fall, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come. Love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the edge of doom. If this be error, and upon me proved, I never writ, nor no man ever loved. The end. So basically we display that, we sort of talk through the language, and normally, of course, we do like a bit of a translation, and then we say to the kids, your task in this lesson will be to imagine you are the snowman or snow woman in the story, and you need to write a snow person love sonnet to the other. And what you need to do is like cultivate your own language, but you're allowed to magpie, sort of steal 2 lines from the sonnet to write your own. And then we normally spend quite a lot of time planning like the verses that are going to be written, and they write them up in best, normally in like a nice snowman silhouette. And then for a little added bonus, what you can do, if you like embarrassing your class, is pair the children up and get them to read them to each other and have a good old laugh at them getting really embarrassed about reading sonnets to each other.
This is your fun Christmas lesson?
Yeah.
Do you have any funny examples?
No. It's not a good reaction. No.
Sorry, it's a good idea.
What? And then when we tried again...
Did you have any difficulty getting kids to write quality sonnets?
No, but it was really good. A lot of their inspiration came from love songs. So because they'd heard lots of like pop songs, they had quite a lot of good lines to include. So they would take a little bit of the actual sonnet and then throw in like a Bruno Mars lyric. So they would say something along the lines of, "Love's not time's fool, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come. Hey baby, I think I want to marry you." Okay, next.
Okay. So my lesson, I did not teach this. I was once in an audience at a school, my little sister's school, and they started reading stories. And so somebody started reading this. It was just a really cute little Christmas story about, it was like a child and what her family does at Christmas. And so as they're going through this story, she'd say things like, my whole family goes to my auntie's house, and we have a big dinner, and everybody goes and sits at the kids all go to one table. It's like the kids table, but recently we realized that it doesn't even have to be a kids table. It's just habit that we go over there, because now we're more grown up and our parents are okay if we sit at the bigger people table. And I don't know, it's just this kind of like cute story. And she goes on about how like she's the youngest in the family, and so everybody tries to convince her that Santa's real, and she's known for years that Santa wasn't real, and blah blah. And I'm like listening to this story, and I start being like, "Mom, like this sounds just like our family." And then my mom's like looking all teary-eyed, and then at the end, this is kind of like what the teacher had decided she would do, I think, was that she would surprise families with these stories. So the kid reading it wasn't the kid who wrote it, and so it's like they tell the story, and then at the end they're like, "That story was written by Josie Junk." And it was just like this cute moment being in the audience as the family member. So I think that would be a fun thing to do as a teacher. You just have your kids write stories, and then get them all to mix them up and read them to families, and families can guess which story was their Christmas story.
But then the parents have no idea they're going to be coming to an event where real life stories get read.
Well, in this situation, they didn't announce it really, so they had like a few different things going on. So they had they had songs, and different classes did different things, and then they just shared about 5 like choice stories, but they didn't tell you really what they were. They just like shared a story, and then at the end they would tell you who wrote it, but they didn't have the kids share their own story.
That's nice.
It was really cute. Yeah.
So your mum cried.
She got a little teary. Yeah.
How old were you?
I don't know. Maybe. Probably like 15 or 16. My sister would have been like 9.
Yeah. I really like that. The one thing I don't like is if I was in that class, I'd probably think, oh, this bitch is butchering my story. She doesn't know when to pause. She doesn't know where the emphasis should be. She mispronounced controversy. Call back to a previous pod.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, though? Like, if you if you write a story, it's your baby. You don't want to pass it off to someone else.
And I wonder if
maybe the 9-year-old Josie Junk wasn't really considering this. Maybe.
I'm wondering if I even got the details of this story correct. But what I remember is that I was like, oh, like that sounds exactly like our Christmas. And then Mum was like, it is our Christmas. Like, of course it is. And
the first one would have been very surprising. You'd like to think after 2 or 3, the parents would have cottoned on.
Sure, but they didn't do many. Yeah.
Oh, they did 5.
Yeah. I don't even think they did 5. Yeah. A very few.
Well, that was a lovely Christmas story. It's time for our new feature. China has myriad idiosyncrasies. So, here's the point where we edify our non-China based listeners into what life is like in the People's Democratic Republic of China.
Woo!
Yeah. 这是什么?
你好吗?
China news. Of course, this week is China Christmas news. And I'm going to tread carefully here, Jesse. Because of the government, the holiday from the end of December to the start of January is not called Christmas. It is called...
the Winter Study Break Tour. Right?
Winter Study Break Tour.
Yeah. That's what our holiday is called. Winter Study Break Tour. It's not even a holiday. It's a study break.
这是什么?
你好吗?
China news. Let's talk detention.
Yeah, detention. I'm in detention.
You were in detention, and I hope you've had a bit of chance to cool off because you were not happy about it. Still, no, not quite over it.
I'm so upset.
It's cool. It was a little bit unfair because...
I wasn't being very grinchy.
You
What
were-
did I even say that was grinchy again?
You said that you... Well, I think you actually used the term "I'm grinchy" because you said about yourself, because you said you didn't join in Christmas.
I didn't join in Secret Santa.
But to be fair, it was in the context of talking about me not liking Elf.
Right.
And I also didn't join in Secret Santa. But like I said at the time, you should have made that my detention word.
But you know what? It's kind of in the holiday spirit because although I'm not taking part in the holiday games, I'm taking part in just like enjoying myself this holiday season and not stressing
You can
myself
think
out.
about this while everyone else is outside at recess and you're doing lines.
Yeah, what is detention exactly, Freddie? What is my punishment?
Watching Elf on repeat.
I would love to
you'd
do
like
that.
Damn. Play it into our hands.
I will anyway.
My turn to guess.
Yeah,
I
okay.
think that my detention word was a Friends reference.
It was a Friends reference.
I did think that, however, I promise you, I didn't intentionally avoid it.
Okay.
If-
I don't think you could.
If we'd wandered in to some territory where Friends reference would have been apropos,
It would have just poured out of you
I would
with
so have done
such
it. Yeah,
delight.
with absolute abandon. Okay, quick review and let's get out of here.
Okay, the title is A Top Locker Full of Fun. This person gave us 5 stars. It says, great podcast. A very relaxed and honest look at life sitting behind, quotes, the big desk. Even though sitting behind a desk isn't optimal pedagogical practice. Word on the street is that this podcast is listened to and endorsed by British tennis ace Jamie Murray. And thank you, Michael Johnstone, for your review.
Was that one review?
That was one review.
Blimey. Thanks, Mike. We really do appreciate all the reviews, so if you can find time to go to Apple Podcasts and leave one, we would really, really appreciate it. So I think all there is left to say is thanks for listening and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And if it's not your thing, happy study break.
Have yourself a